I do this video because I wanted to basically address this particular subject. I felt that it was important for me to address this subject concerning Nicki Minaj and her husband, and then a lot of women like her. Hold on, you guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry, had to turn that down. So, in case you guys don't know, Nicki Minaj husband, Kenneth Petty, who she's known since her high school days, um, is under house arrest for I think 120 days, which is about 6 months, for basically going online and threatening the safety of Offset. And then Nicki Minaj is sitting up here talking like a damn fool, talking about she got hitters on deck and all this type of stuff. And for years that I've been on YouTube, I've seen countless videos, and particularly from Black women playing the victim, always hollering about where's the good man at and why can't they find a good, loving Black man that will treat them with respect? Because at the end of the day, they really don't want them or desire them. They consider good Black men weak. Okay. And I just got to keep it a buck with y'all. Now, this isn't a Black woman bashing video, but I am talking about particularly Black women that conduct themselves like Nicki Minaj, the whole he's too nice. I like a man that presents danger. You hear this all the time. But these are the same Black women that will complain about finding a good Black man. And these are the same Black women that will complain about why do Black men that's successful or have a good personality choose to marry women outside of their race because of y'all. And I just got to say, all the simps, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, that's going to come on here with your cape on. You can get the fuck off this stream right now. Get your weak ass off this stream because I'm finna cook tonight. And I just got to say this. Nicki Minaj further proves my point. Her husband is devaluing her, making her value go down because he's a straight up pookie. This dude is a offender. He's been convicted, did not register, and got in trouble behind that. Keep in mind, Kenneth Petty attempted to violate a 16-year-old girl in California at knife point. He tried to lie and say he didn't do it, but he pleaded guilty to it. And he failed to register as an offender. To be honest with you, the nigga is lucky that he's still breathing. I have no problem with dudes like him being deleted. But this is the dude that Nicki Minaj decided to marry and procreate with and have a son with. And I pray every day for her son. Nah, she don't like street dudes. She don't like Safari ain't a street dude. This is what she's attracted to. She's attracted to danger. Safari is not a street dude. But this is what I'm saying. And I see a lot of that, in particularly in Lauren London. I hope to God she gets a regular dude. But at the end of the day, how many times have you seen Black women say there's excitement to dating a regular dude? And that's toxic behavior. And this is why these Black men grow up having the wrong type of issues and thinking the way that they think, that you have to be a tough guy on a 24-hour basis where you have, but and this is why Black men are screwed up, because our women are the only ones that talk toxic like that. But then they don't want to be called out on it. They don't want to be held accountable for it. Because according to them, it's everybody's fault except them. And this is why, like I said, women hated Kevin Samuels so much and wished ill will upon him up into his passing and was celebrating his passing. That showed you everything you needed to know about Black women. And then they have this mentality, oh, you can't address them, you can't speak to them, you can't talk to them. Well, sorry, we can, we will, and we will continue. Them days of timid black men being scared to call you out, them days is over. If you are too weak to address this stuff, and we don't want to hear this stuff, oh, who talks to a woman that way? Well, who talks to a man the way that y'all talk to men? Who treats their son and conditions their son the way y'all do to grow up and be an enabler? You know what I'm saying? To be, to be a dependent. Black women raise black men to be dependent of either other people or women. They never, black women raise their sons to be like their men, except they're not being intimate. And I've said this before. This is just real talk. I'm sorry I had to put this together. You notice that the young black man is still staying at home with his mama at age 32 because the mama want him there, but she will tell the daughter to be dependent, go to school, go to college, but then she don't want that for the young black man, for her black son. So like I said, yeah, that's what a lot of them want, dysfunction. Black women like being disrespected. They like it. That's why they continue to make the same mistake over and over again. That's why they sit up there before they know it. At age 28, they got 4 kids by 6 different men, or 6 possible men, because like I said, they got 4 kids, but they got 6 possible fathers. Now, any black woman that listened to this video and that want to counter what I have to say, that's fine. You can bring your ass on here and I will destroy you. I have the facts. I have the statistics. And I'm not going to come on your outlet because I know how you black women get down, a lot of y'all. When you're losing an argument, what you try to do, or you feel like you're about to lose the argument, you try to talk over them. You try to, and you're not going to talk over me. And if you bring your ass on here and we can't have a productive conversation, I'm just going to get rid of you. You can't challenge or debunk what I'm saying because it's factual. You look at where black man is versus their white or non-black counterparts. We're in last place. We're reluctant to start businesses. We're reluctant to, display ownership and leadership because we've been taught that we're not leaders. We've been conditioned to believe that we're not leaders, and particularly by our mothers, by telling us, oh, you're nothing. You're going to grow up to be just like your daddy. You ain't shit. But my thing is, well, you must have liked something about my daddy because you let him skeet up in you. You didn't use any protection. You didn't take a Plan B pill. You didn't go get an abortion. So it was something you liked about the nigga. So if I ain't shit like my daddy, well, what does that make you? Because you chose to procreate with him. It'll be funny if these kids start saying that today, mama. Well, I guess birds and a feather flock together. I guess that make you not shit neither. What if these kids start saying that today, mother? Which I think that day is coming because based off how this new generation don't have any, sense of respect for anything, that feel like they can do whatever they want to do without no consequences. And then when you try to tell them that they're wrong, they try to say, oh, you're being sensitive. Look at all these dumbass YouTubers, so-called pranksters that's walking up on random, and in particularly black pranksters, harassing people that they don't know. And then when these people are ready to go upside the head, oh, it's a prank. And then they say, oh, why you getting mad? Why you being sensitive? Somebody that's minding their own business that want to be left alone to basically shop at Walmart in peace, or just basically walk the streets in peace, or even if they on the corner doing what they need to do, getting their money, they should be left alone. Unless 5-0 pull up on them. But you got these dudes filming themselves, bothering people, thinking it's funny. And then you got a bunch of these fucking idiots in the comment section condoning this type of behavior. It just goes to show you the sorry ass niggas and bitches that's walking around here. That's from our community. Black people are raising sorry black people. And I hate to say it. Now there is the exception. But at the end of the day, we don't talk about telling these brothers to go to school and get educated. We tell that to black women. And then a lot of times black women don't like to see black men that's doing better than them, because at the end of the day, they feel when they have a Pookie and Ray Ray living in their house, they feel like that's a sense of power that they have over them, where basically they're footing the bill mostly. They're making X amount of money and you may be doing what you can, or you may be a hustler. But they feel like, hey, everything is in my name and I can kick you out. And then they call that being strong. To me, that's just a sign of weakness. And it just need to be said. Black men got to stop being afraid. Stop going for the okie doke. That's the problem. Everybody, I keep saying, is allowed to disrespect black men to our face. And we just sit up there and take it and don't respond. And then you either have these gutless coward, nail polish, purse wearing Negroes trying to guilt trip us and calling it toxic masculinity. That's one of the reasons why I just, you started hearing Obama talking that gibberish. And at the end of the day, it's just called let's just call it what it is. It's just called straight shaming. Toxic masculinity is a code word for straight shaming, because they want black men to act like Latrell Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds, even if they are what you would call straight, but they want you to have feminine traits. The less intimidating you are, they feel like the better it is for y'all or us as black men. You notice now everybody is trying black men. I mean, every race. You even got for real. Back in the day, 20, 15 years ago, you didn't have Asians trying to pull up on black dudes talking crazy to them like they wanted smoke. You didn't have a lot of that going on. But that was the whole premise, to shame black men, to make them flunkies. Even when you look at the movies, they either have the black dude playing second fiddle, or he's clueless, or he has somebody above them. A lot of times they don't like to see black men in leadership roles, even in the films. A lot of times when they have black men as a prominent figure, you know what I'm saying, the hero, they don't like to see that. But if you second fiddle, the second in command, or whatever the case may be, a dude that always need assistance, and a lot of times they make it look like everybody is smarter than black people on these movies. And that's just real talk. And this need to be said. This is something that's been installed. This has been did on purpose. Our women have been brainwashed. They've been conditioned. And anybody that say that they didn't specifically target black people, you a damn lie. They even got people from other races admitting that they targeted strictly black men, and there was a plot to divide our community. So that's why I'm saying I don't feel sorry for people like Nicki Minaj. That's just real talk. Let that sink in. She married a dude that basically tried to violate a 16-year-old in California at knife point. Lied about it and said he didn't do it, but then he finally admitted to it. But like I said, this is who she chose to lay down with and procreate with and have a son with. It's an old saying where they say nice guys finish last. And that seems to be true. Women don't like nice guys, especially women in our community. Black women do not like good black men. They do not want a good black man. They consider a good black man a dude that take his ass to work a 9 to 5, pay his bills on time, pay everything on time. That's financially responsible, emotionally responsible, and just a responsible person, period. They call them boring. How many videos have you seen where you've seen on YouTube yourself where you got these goofy ass black women talking about, I broke up with him. He was a good man. He did everything right. He treated me right. He respected me, but it was just me. That's the problem, bitch. It's just you the problem. You're the problem, but you try to blame it on black men. Can you imagine somebody telling you you're the perfect man, but not for me because you're too good of a person? And that's how a Ray Ray and a pookie is created sometimes. And that's why these dudes start acting a damn fool, start trying to make themselves tough guys, and sometimes they ain't even from that environment. How many times have you seen that? These black women spin us on an emotional, they spin us around, they use us up, they disrespect us and just torment us. Who in the hell breaks up and don't keep a dude that do everything right? Because that's considered boring. That just goes to show you that that person is psychologically damaged. But then you the one that end up getting psychologically damaged, waking up in the morning, what's wrong with me? And then these black dudes end up mentally screwed up. And then they date outside their race, and some of them even go another direction because they've been screwed up by a woman. But they don't want to. They don't want to have these deep conversations. Black women don't want to have these conversations because a lot of them are cowards, and it just need to be said, and they need to be told. I'm looking at this shit with Nicki Minaj. I mean, for real, this dude constantly is in the news. This dude is online. See, the difference is I ain't really a celebrity. I ain't married to no celebrity. But this is her husband. She's married to this dude. And he hurts her brand every time he opens his mouth. There's a difference between these other dudes on here versus somebody like her husband, Kenneth Petty. He is seriously hurting Nicki Minaj's brand. This is why she's lost out on a lot of different things, on a lot of opportunity. Because technically, Nicki Minaj, when it comes to her talent, without a shadow of a doubt, she has talent galore. But now you got her sitting up talking this stuff. I don't even know what happened between her, Offset, and whatever. I know it's a long stemming feud between her and Cardi B, which we all know when it comes to pure talent, Nicki Minaj got her beat by a wide margin. It's not even close. But a lot of people like Cardi B because Cardi B is the epitome of displaying ignorance. That's what I'm saying. She's worth millions of dollars, but then she walking around with this goofy dude. And listen, I understand as much as anybody. When you have people trying you and testing your testosterone, eventually you gonna ignore somebody for all so long till you have to respond. I felt like there was one particular nigga who was secretly lying on me, and I had to respond to his big goofy ass. And I mean every damn word I say. But at the end of the day, I'm not finna, in general, like really say what I want to say because I know you got to be careful what you say. But this dude, um, this dude is going full throttle, sitting up, threatening the dude's life with gunplay and all that kind of stuff. What part y'all don't understand? The feds be watching this kind of stuff. They do. This dude is a convicted felon. He's a registered. He's a sex offender. The worst of the worst. You know. But yet, like, once again, this is who Nicki Minaj decided to be with. This is who she decided to marry and have a kid with. Listen, I understand people can change, people can grow up, people can mature and all that kind of stuff. Not this dude. Not this dude. But then, like I said, these are the same black women that will sit up here when they hit the wall, when they like 30, 30, 38 and up, when they, then all of a sudden they realize, okay, maybe I need to change. And then sometimes they won't change. I had to come to the realization, and it hit me one day. And I think this happens a lot of times, particularly in our community. I may look young, but I'm not young. I'm gonna be 49 in a couple of days. Be 49 next Friday. I have to realize that I'm not who I was 20 years ago. And I think this is a thing that happens with black people. They think at 49 or whatever the case may be, they can still conduct themselves how they were at 29. I'm not who I was 20 years ago. And I had to realize that. I used to be so confident about myself. I used to feel like I could go anywhere and I feel like I can get any type of woman I wanted for the most part. That's just real talk. But at the end of the day, I have to realize I done got older. I got, I got gray on me. And I had to come to that realization. And I think that's the problem sometimes that we have. And we're scared to say it. Nicki Minaj is 40 now. She got to understand, eventually she going to be 50. Eventually she going to be, first she going to be 45, then she going to be 50. Like I said, I had to come to that realization. I ain't who I was like 20 years ago. It's a new time now, and it's a new generation. I'm about to be 49 years old. I have a 25-year-old son, unmarried, was married, didn't work out. And I think Nicki Minaj need to really evaluate this and be like, I don't know. It's just not a good look for her. But then at the end of the day, these women ain't calling Nicki Minaj out on being with her toxic husband, because at the end of the day, they like dudes like him. Where guys like Russell Wilson, they get considered to be what you call soft, which Russell Wilson has came off as soft. And I'm gonna be honest with you, him being married to Sierra has hurt him. Look at his play. Look at his play. He has declined. And then you had this incident where Sierra was looking like a straight up whore, and then made a song called Independent Woman, but she don't need no man. Well, how come she keep getting pregnant by the dude? And I already know what Sierra is going to do to Russell Wilson. I can guarantee you she'd rather be with Future than Russell Wilson. She's pregnant again. I promise you, within the next 2 years, she going to leave Russell Wilson. I promise you that. And everybody knows it's coming. Everybody knows it's coming. She's going to leave Russell Wilson, and she going to get probably with some lower class nigga, and she going to be taking her child support and her alimony and giving it to that nigga. I done seen this way too many times. I know the play. I've been around. I already know what's up with this. So when the news breaks, oh, Sierra has filed for separation or filed for divorce from Russell Wilson, I promise you that. Don't be surprised, because it's gonna happen. She doesn't even really love him, because she married him for stature. And of course we want black couples to be together. But then when you have a toxic woman like Sierra, because that was toxic what she did. She wore that dress looking like a whore. And then what was further a slap in the face to Russell Wilson, took a picture with Megan Thee Stallion, that lying asshole, touching her butt. But she's supposed to be, and then you had women coming on here talking about, well, if Russell Wilson don't have a problem with it, why should you? Because I'm a motherfucking man, and a man should be respected. Y'all women always holler about how y'all should be respected and treated with respect, but at the same time, y'all don't want to get respect. Listen, Vegas Deb. She knew what Russell Wilson was. He was an easy mark. So now she about to have 3 kids by this dude, and she gonna leave the dude. And she gonna end up probably with some gutter trash, pookie ass nigga, or she gonna probably go back to Future. She had a baby with Future, a dude that already by the time she got with him had like 6 or 7 kids. I think now Future got like 13 kids now. Did y'all not see what happened to the Denver Broncos today? Miami put up a 70 piece on them. The Dolphins look like the best team in football. They put up 70 on them. Do you know that was the second highest scoring game in NFL history by one team? They needed 3 more points to break the record. They should have just kicked the field goal. Yeah, you heard me. Well, I'll check it out. I'll check it out after I end this stream. But this is what I'm saying. His play is suffering. And then, like I said, you have women coming on here talking about how she disrespect wearing a dress like that. And then you see the thing with Keke Palmer and constantly disrespecting her dude on a regular basis. And I'm glad he got rid of her. And then you had somebody else, a famous female boxer that we know, her dude ended up leaving her because she be talking out the side of her ass. And then these women think we ain't supposed to say nothing there. Where did they get this delusional notion that they ain't supposed to be questioned? And it's so bad to now Tyler Perry calling women out, and particularly black women. But at the end of the day, Tyler Perry started a lot of this shit, and he gaslighted a lot of this shit with these black women being as delusional as they are. I can't sit up here and talk about other women because at the end of the day, I don't deal with other women. I deal with black women. I was birthed by a black woman. You see in this stuff with Remy Ma. Remy Ma is black gutter trash. Remy Ma is black gutter trash. Sitting up there, walking around with a broke ass battle rapper. And then Papoose held her down, waited for her black ass to get out of jail. And this is the respect, and this is how she repays him. He should have divorced her ass and moved on. But then he would have been called a coward. Oh, he left her hanging. But look what she do. It's funny how women constantly feel like you can't address them, but then they got everything in the world to say to you. But then they want to holler about, oh, you can't talk to me like that. I'm a woman. Says who? Well, you can't talk to me like that because I'm a man. At the end of the day, we got too many people sitting up telling us black men that we can't respond and we can't take our respect back or be respected. Like I said before, who gives a fuck what a non-black think? Who gives a fuck what a white man think? When black people, I'll say this again and I'm gonna continue to say, when we stop worrying about what everybody else think of us, the better off we'll be. We don't have to explain ourselves to nobody. I don't know how many times I got to say this. I ain't got to explain myself to a coon or a non-black or a white man. Why? For what? They don't have to explain themselves. Do they explain themselves why they always exploiting us and why they've done continuous harmful things to us and been, for the most part, unapologetic about it? No. What do they say to us? Oh, man, you guys are too sensitive, man. Y'all need to stop crying. We need to return fire. When we say something about them, if they say I'm offended, hey, stop crying. Stop being so emotional. You guys are too sensitive. See, when you turn the tables on people, then they'll get a better understanding. But we always buckle down. Oh, man, you know, if I disrespected somebody, I apologize. Nah, do anybody apologize to us? I'm so tired of people that don't look like us trying to make us feel guilty about being proud of who we are. Everybody get to protect their culture. Everybody get to protect their culture and their history except us. They trying to steal our history from us, rewrite our history, and dumb down the heinous acts that's been done to us. But then you got these cowards in Congress that sit up there and let themselves be punked because they want to keep, because they need to be made to feel important by some white motherfucker. I told you, man. Not on my watch, not with me, man. But like I said, man, I had to say this about Nicki Minaj, man, because like I said, man, she making herself look so bad. Well, of course they not, Deb. Because like I said, accountability is like a STD to women. They don't want to catch it. They will blame everything that go wrong in their life on everybody except themselves. If their son is in and out of jail and not productive in life or in general, they didn't ran the father off, but they blamed it on the man. So the thing is, we got society, we got everybody against us, in particularly the black man. The black man is public enemy number one to everybody. You know why we public enemy number one? Because we are the biggest threat. It's always been that way. The thing is, for black people, and in particularly black men, to better themselves, they have to value themselves, and we don't value ourselves because we sit up here always having to explain ourselves to everybody. Like I said before, do anybody explain themselves to us? No. Do anybody care what we think about them? No. But we always sitting up here trying to explain ourselves to everybody else and always including everybody in our struggle. I'm going to say this once again, non-blacks and other minorities don't have nothing to do with us. Our problems are not their problem. They are on their own. And when we stop tying this, well, other minorities, do they say that about us? Absolutely not. First of all, a woman ain't always right. And that thing about believe all women is complete BS. Believe all women got Michael Irvin $25 million. So there you have it. So, no. And once again, I remember they were trying to shame Michael Irvin for basically defending himself. Well, think about, even if it comes out that he didn't do anything, what about the women that's their damn problem? That ain't Michael Irvin's problem to be the savior for all women that's going through a traumatic experience or being mistreated by some dude. That's their job. That's their duty to figure it out and do something about it. For real. And they only pull that stuff with black dudes. Now look how quiet they've been with Jonathan Majors. They ran that man's name through the mud. They demonized that man. And now that the facts then came out that in all likelihood, that lady was lying and that she got coached by the police into basically coming up with that story. Like I said, Jonathan Majors is looking at a major lawsuit, but yet his career and his image have been destroyed and been damaged. Like I said, at the end of the day, people kill me when black men decide to fight back. How dare you fight back even though somebody lied on you? How dare you fight for your reputation even though it was proven that you didn't do nothing wrong? Once again, there goes the guilt. This is just factual, and it just need to be said. It had to be said. We gotta listen. I'm serious, brothers. When you run across women that say, "Hey, you too nice, you need to get the fuck away from them." It's not you, it's them. But of course, they'll make it look like it's you. Like I said, that is psychotic and it just need to be said. You need to go sit on the couch and talk to a shrink. You need therapy. A lot of these black women need therapy. Like Kevin Samuels said. Shout out to the late, great Kevin Samuels. He was trying to tell a lot of these black women the truth, but they didn't want to hear it because they too busy playing the victim. You need therapy if you tell a man that he's too nice and he does everything right. That doesn't make any, I'm serious, that doesn't make any kind of sense. Can somebody make sense of that? That doesn't make any, I'm serious, that doesn't make any kind of sense. You're too nice? You treat me right, you respect me? So we can't be together. So I guess if you, I guess if you, I guess if you, you know, go Ike Turner or introduce him to your backhand, I guess they gonna love you. But then again, they used to say if he don't, if he don't, if he don't, put hands on you, he don't love you. Which I don't know that. Whatever. There's no such thing as being too nice. You should never be made to feel guilty that you're a good person. Everybody ain't meant to look. Listen, I'm gonna say this once again. Everybody ain't meant to be a gangster. Gangsters are gangsters. Regular dudes are regular dudes. Simps gonna be simps. You have to know the difference. They all exist. Nothing's wrong with being a regular dude. And you shouldn't have to put on that facade where you have to always act like you street, even though you ain't street. Ain't nothing wrong with being educated. Ain't nothing wrong with having a college degree. The same way, if you don't have a college degree and you still became successful, ain't nothing wrong with that. If you feel like college and further education is a way to better yourself, then hey, more power to you. But we all know extended school ain't for everybody. Some people can come right out of high school and make a difference and make an impact. It really comes down to you. We all know college ain't for everybody. But at the same time, I never made a brother feel bad if he wanted to go to college. The same way I never made a brother feel bad if he chose not to go to college. It's really your life choice. And I'm sorry. Like I said before, I speak from no problem. I speak from up close experience. Do you know one day this bitch told me, and I'm not gonna call her a woman. Do you know one day this girl told me, and I was like tripping off this. Do you know one girl told me she didn't like me no more because I didn't trap anymore? She said, I told her, well, I don't really do that no more. I'm kind of done with that. Ugh. She said, ugh. I was like, what? She told me that. So can you imagine somebody saying that to you? And as many times if I wanted to give up on black women, I refused to give up on them. She really told me that. She said, ugh. Yeah, you heard what I said. So there you have it. I'm not one that's just speaking out just out the side of my neck. I went through this stuff. So I understand what you brothers go through. I've been there. I've been there. I've been out of the game for over 20 years. No, but this is what you hear. Look at all. Listen, all you got to do is Google, go to YouTube search engine and type up black woman breaks up with black man because he was too nice. Hella videos gonna pop up. But like I said, these the same people at age 45, 46, 47, all of a sudden they hollering about they deserve a man that make 200,000 a year. Or, they 4 or 5 kids in and they talk about they want a man that make this amount. First of all, you ain't in no position to try to call no shots. You got 5 kids, 4 different fathers. You got butt and gut. And what I mean by butt and gut, that means you got a big butt and then you got a pot belly stomach. But you trying to make demands. You ain't in no position to call no shots. You not. You are not in no position to call no shots. But that's what happens when they run into simps. Because it's going to always be a simp that's going to screw it up for everybody. But then again, most simps are raised by women. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you talk about you wanted me for real. And then that's why I laugh when I used to be cracking up when I see some of them busted ass women calling Kevin Samuels with bonnets on their head and and just looking on any kind of way, talking about, and some of them looking like Big Bertha. Oh, I weigh 270 pounds. I got 5 kids. And a man, if he need to be with me, if he want to be with me, he got to take care of me and my kid. We a package deal. And I'll work at Walmart. I ain't got no car, but he got to make 150,000. Please. Why in the fuck would he want you? Are you kidding me? You better settle for that dude that work at Cisco Foods making 70,000 a year. Get your ass out of here. I used to be, man, I used to be like, the nerve of these, man. I'm just keeping it 100. I know it's some black women now sitting up listening to this video are going to discover this video and try to say something smart. I double dare you, because I'm the one. You'll get that work today. You ain't gonna get none of that. Oh, baby, listen to me, baby girl. Hey, nah, hell no. I learned a valuable lesson, like trying to figure out that I can, trying to figure it out. I realized that you can't save every woman and you can't put on your cape. Let me tell you something. My cape got burnt up a long time ago. Now, at the end of the day, if I'm with somebody, of course, I don't mind helping you. But at the end of the day, you're not going to play me. I learned a valuable lesson. Because like I said, there didn't been some town biz simp chronicles. Because like I said, I didn't been there. I'm not sitting up here just talking out the side of my neck. I didn't been there. I didn't been through all this stuff. I didn't got boomeranged, where the player got played. So, I didn't had what happened to Eddie Murphy on Boomerang happen to me, where I got played, where I got used. So I could be from, we all did. It don't matter if you a balling ass nigga, man. Everybody done got played. Everybody done met they match or they equal. And that's just real talk. I'm not finna sit up here. Oh man, I ain't never got played. I ain't never sent. I ain't never put on my cape. Every nigga have. At one time or another, then put on the cape. It happens. It's life. It's always a learning experience and a learning curve. But the thing is, how do we get better? Do we learn our lesson? Some dudes do, some dudes don't. Some dudes like it. Just like a lot of women like toxic, broke ass, you know what I'm saying? Or degenerate, or just, you know what I'm saying, toxic dudes. But don't never let nobody make you feel bad about being a good dude. Stay good. That's real talk. Don't compromise yourself for nobody. Don't put on a facade. Don't turn yourself into somebody that you not. Don't sit up here and try to become a fake street dude to impress a chick. Don't do it all in the name of the puss. Do not do it. Eventually, you will find what you're looking for. Hopefully, it's a black woman, but if not, so be it. I would rather black men be with black women, but at the end of the day, black women are just hitting the wall at an early age. They making themselves undesirable. Like I said, that you see what they doing now. They promoting people like Snooki with the good coochie. Like I said, she sat up there and squatted and did all that ridiculous stuff on that nasty ass red carpet. They should have kicked her ass. They should have said, you got to go. But they let her go to the VMA. If I was security, whoever was running that thing, she would have got escorted out. I would have told her, you got to go. But then people criticize her, then all of a sudden, oh, why are you criticizing her? She's just no. Keep telling y'all, black women, we gonna start addressing y'all. We gonna continue to address y'all, because at the end of the day, you need a dose of reality. If you want to play that game, who cares what a man think? Well, who gives a fuck what you think? Because I'm gonna say what I need to say, and I'm gonna continue to say what I need to say. You can run to Simon Sanders, you can run to all them people, like, for real. You can run to all them people that sit up there and display that BS. We got to respond. We got to take our respect back, and that's real talk. But anyway, appreciate you guys listening to me. I'll be back later. Yeah, she's disgusting. I'm out. That ain't sexy.